You don't need to spend a fortune to look well put together. Most of the time it comes down to small details, like the cut of your clothes, the fabric you choose, and how everything fits together. For these ladies, looking rich is more of figuring out what works for you than following trends. Today's video will walk you through pieces that guarantee that polished and stylish look without trying too hard. They're simple, timeless, and easy to work into what you already have. Let's start with the kind of knitwear that works all year. Number 1. Fine gauge knitwear. There's something impressive about a woman who knows how to wear a sweater the right way. Not the bulky ones that swallow your shape, and not the stretched out cardigans you've had for too long, but a smooth, fine gauge knit that fits your body in all the right places without clinging. The best kinds are soft to the touch and easy on the eyes. Think light beige, deep navy, soft taupe, or a muted green. You don't need flashy colours or fancy embroidery to look polished. Just something that drapes neatly and holds its shape after a few wears. The difference becomes clear the minute you put it on. Think back to the first time you bought a proper knit, one that wasn't too thick or too thin. Maybe it was a camel tone pullover with a soft, easy neckline. You threw it over dark jeans for a casual lunch. Nothing special. But then someone asked if you'd gotten a new haircut when in fact you hadn't. However, it was the sweater because it pulled everything together without making a fuss. Good knitwear works with trousers, skirts, jeans, even overdresses when it's chilly. It doesn't bunch, it doesn't droop, and it always looks like you took the time to get ready. If you're a seasoned lady, a piece like this should be part of your toolkit. You wear it, trust it, and keep reaching for it because it never lets you down. Once you've nailed your go-to knit, it's time to think about what you wear on your feet, because no outfit, not even a good one, survives a tired-looking shoe. Number 2. Mid-heeled leather shoes. A pair of good leather shoes doesn't need to scream for attention. It just needs to work with your feet, with your outfit, and with your lifestyle. Well, mid-heeled leather shoes do exactly that. After all this time, you certainly already know how much pain a bad shoe can cause, so you don't want to teeter around in 4-inch heels anymore. But flats with no structure don't always hold up either. That's why a mid-heel, somewhere between 1 and 2 inches, becomes the perfect in-between. It gives you a bit of lift, lengthens your leg line, and still lets you walk without worry. The toe shape matters too. Rounded toes are comfortable, but almond or pointed toes give a cleaner finish, especially with trousers or dresses. Yeah, and don't forget about the sole. A padded or rubberized sole keeps you moving without sliding, and it makes all the difference if you're on your feet most of the day. You had a pair of chocolate brown leather pumps that went everywhere with you. Weddings, dinners, Sunday church, and for almost 8 or maybe 10 years, they worked with nearly everything in your closet, wiped clean without effort, and somehow still felt just as comfortable the last time you wore them as they did the first. Shoes like that don't try to stand out because they don't need to. They keep everything grounded, and that's exactly why they're worth keeping around. Once your feet are handled, it's time to talk about the layer that most people notice first. That is the coat. Number 3. Structured mid-weight coats. A good coat can change everything on you. It doesn't have to be loud or trendy. It just needs to hold its shape and sit well on the body. That's often the difference between looking thrown together and looking fully dressed, even when what's underneath is simple. The best choices are wrap coats, single button coats, or clean-cut trenches. These styles offer shape without being too tight and never feel bulky, sit neatly on the shoulders, fall straight, and often include a belt or defined seam at the waist. That small bit of structure adds presence and makes the entire outfit look thought through. Color plays a big part too. Camel, navy, slate, or warm cream tend to work with almost any outfit. These shades always look refined, and when the fabric has a bit of weight, like a wool blend or twill, it still holds its form even after a full day out. However, oversized and sagging coats can make a person feel hidden or swallowed in a literal sense. But a well-cut coat does the opposite, because it brings things into focus and quietly tells people that there was thought behind getting dressed that day. And when the coat comes off indoors, the outfit underneath should keep that same energy, which brings us to the shirt that always makes a difference. Number 4. Smooth-fitting button-up shirts. A crisp button-up shirt makes nearly everything else look better. It doesn't need to be stiff or tight. In fact, the best ones feel easy, almost soft, but still look sharp once they're on. That's the kind of shirt that gives structure without feeling rigid. Poplin or cotton blends tend to work best. These fabrics hold a crease, tuck in well, and don't wrinkle at the first sign of movement. The seams should line up neatly with the shoulders, and sleeves should land right at the wrist without bunching or pulling. White is always a reliable choice, but light blue, pinstripes, or soft blush shades can also feel fresh. The clean look of a shirt like this makes a real difference. It can take jeans and flats from casual to presentable. It can layer under a blazer or add contrast when worn over a tank. One day, it becomes clear how much of an impact a shirt like this makes. There's that moment when a plain outfit suddenly feels styled, not because anything flashy was added, but because the shirt gave it shape and intention. This is the kind of piece that works all year across different looks, and always gives the impression that the outfit was planned, even if it came together in 5 minutes. Number 5. Some turtlenecks. Turtlenecks are one of those things you just keep around because they always make sense, no matter how long you've had it. You pull it on, and suddenly the outfit looks more finished, even if you didn't put much effort into the rest of it. It simply covers the neck, smooths out the upper half of your body, and works whether you're layering it under something or wearing it on its own. But what matters is the fit. It can't be too tight, it shouldn't sag, and it definitely shouldn't feel like it's squeezing your throat. If the neck slouches halfway through the day, or if the fabric starts pilling after 2 washes, it's not worth keeping. The ones that really do the trick tend to be made from fine wool, soft cotton, or cashmere, which is something that holds shape without adding bulk. And you really don't need loud colours or any kind of print. The right turtleneck is plain, solid, and easy to match with everything else. It works with trousers, skirts, blazers, coats, or just by itself, and it never asks for attention. There's no point collecting them in every shade. 2 or 3 good ones that hold their shape and don't fall apart in the wash are more than enough. No styling tricks, no performance. You wear it, it does its job, and you move on with your day. That's all you need. Number 6. Soft cashmere blend dresses. A knit dress made with soft wool or cashmere blend can do more for an outfit than many realize. It offers shape, ease, and warmth all at once. There's nothing flashy about it, but that's exactly what makes it look so refined. The fabric itself does the work. The best ones are usually midi length, somewhere between the knee and mid-calf. That length allows for movement while covering what many want covered. A nicely worn belt, ribbed waist, or even a simple tie can help to define the figure. But there's never any squeezing or tugging. The goal is smooth lines, not stiff ones. Colours like camel, forest green, navy, chocolate brown, or even a soft dove grey work beautifully. That's because these shades are understated and rich, and they have a way of catching soft lighting. Well, not in a sparkly sense, but with a kind of depth. That's often what makes someone notice the dress, even if they can't say exactly why. It works with many shoes like ankle boots, ballet flats, tall boots, even low heels. It's a dress that doesn't ask for much, but always looks like the person wearing it made a smart choice. And for women who prefer something they can wear to lunch, the office, or a casual evening without needing a single adjustment, this kind of dress quickly becomes a favorite. Number 7. Tonal dressing. Wearing clothes in similar shades is one of the most reliable ways to look put together. It doesn't require a closet full of new things or hours of planning. When each piece subtly complements the next, the overall outfit looks clean and thoughtfully done. Neutrals usually make this easier. Colours like beige, taupe, cream, ivory, navy, or muted greens. But deeper tones work well too. Burgundy with soft rose, olive with sage, or charcoal with steel grey all feel balanced without being dull. The trick is to keep everything within the same general range while allowing a little contrast. Let the top be slightly lighter, the pants a shade deeper, and the shoes somewhere in between. It helps the eye move smoothly from one part of the outfit to the next. When done well, this kind of dressing looks like it came together without effort. It creates the sense that the person wearing it knows what suits them and isn't trying too hard. Maybe imagine someone once walking into a cafe in head-to-toe soft camel, just a sweater, trousers, and low shoes, and even without accessories, could bet that every eye would follow her till she left that scene. It isn't loud really, but it'll look finished. Most times, tonal dressing also tends to flatter the skin better. Harsh color contrasts can sometimes draw attention to the wrong places choices, while similar tones keep the focus soft and balanced. It also makes getting dressed simpler, because most pieces will work with one another. And once the outfit stays quiet, what people notice most is the face. That's where a small earring and a clean neckline can finish everything off without saying a word. Number 8. Simple earrings with a clean neckline. There's something about one clean, well-chosen accessory that says more than a handful ever could. Earrings are especially important because they frame the face, and they're one of the first things people notice, even from a distance. Stick to classic shapes like gold hoops, small studs, or drop earrings that move just a little. Avoid overly decorative styles, heavy chandeliers, orbs, or anything too trendy. These tend to distract from the overall look rather than enhance it. The neckline matters just as much, and a simple scoop neck or a sharp V-neck or a collarless blouse works best. These styles naturally draw attention upward without crowding the collarbone. There's no need for chunky necklaces or layers of chains when the earrings and neckline are already doing their job. Together, they make the whole outfit feel lighter and more refined. There's a reason stylists often remove extra jewelry. Clean choices let everything else breathe. And when hair is worn up or tucked behind the ears, this kind of pairing makes even more sense. Number 9. Neutral nail polish. Most people don't notice your nails unless they're chipped or fluorescent green, and that's why neutral nail polish works. It's not meant to be exciting, it's meant to keep you out of the wrong kind of attention. You want clean, trimmed nails in a shade that doesn't fight your hands. Pale beige, soft pink, sheer cream should disappear unless someone's looking close. Why? Because if someone is looking close, that means you're probably in a situation where polish matters, like an interview, a client meeting, or a dinner with people who notice rings and glassware. But this is not really about trends. It's about how you can maintain it. Bright colors chip and show wear in days. However, neutrals can push it a week, sometimes 2, and no one's the wiser. Plus, they match everything. You're not stuck wondering if your lavender nails clash with your navy outfit. They don't. Also, and this no one says, neutral polish looks better as your hands age. Loud polish draws attention to skin texture, ridges, veins, while neutral colors soften the whole look. Even if you don't get weekly manicures, a short, even cut and one coat of nude polish already makes you look like you've got it together. It even gives off that old money vibe. It's functional, and it makes your hands blend in when you want them to and seem cared for when someone does notice. That's all you need. Number 10. A tailored blazer that is not stiff. Some blazers look impressive on the hanger but feel too rigid once worn. Others lose their shape after a few wears. The goal is to find that middle ground, one that's light, has a bit of stretch, and sits well on the shoulders without pulling or sagging. This kind of blazer sharpens any look without making it feel forced. Look for a soft tailoring style, where the seams follow your natural shape but still allow movement. The best cuts usually taper slightly at the waist, with sleeves that stop just at the wrist or slightly above. That small detail helps the whole jacket feel more tailored and proportioned, especially on petite frames. The key is in the weight and the fabric. A blazer made from a stretch crepe or lightweight wool blend won't wrinkle easily and moves naturally with the body. That's what makes it feel good even after hours of wear. This kind of blazer can dress up a plain top or layer over a dress without changing the flow of the outfit. It gives shape, adds polish, and feels purposeful without being stiff or boxy. Colors like soft grey, taupe, dusty rose, navy, or warm beige tend to look more refined than bright tones or flat black. These shades also pair easily with other pieces already in the wardrobe, like jeans, skirts, dresses, or even wide-leg trousers. Number 11. A low bun or polished blowout. If your goal is to look put together without overdoing it, this is where you start. Looking richer doesn't always come from what you wear. Sometimes it's how you wear your hair. Clean hair says more about you than most outfits ever will, and it gives the impression that your life is in order, even if it isn't. And that's where a low bun or a clean blowout comes in. It's rather controlled, unlike glamorous like most people think. And that's the difference. At a certain age, looking rich doesn't mean big hair, trendy waves, or high-maintenance curls. Rather, it means control, and a low bun does that in 2 minutes. You part your hair, pull it back low, and that's it. No flyaways, no fluff, no styling foam. It looks like you know what you're doing, even if you're exhausted and don't. A good blowout does the same. Not a round-brushed salon job with volume for days. Just smooth, quiet hair that stays put. No sticky spray, no shine serum overload. The kind of hair that rests behind your shoulders and doesn't need a mirror check. You run your fingers through it, it resets itself. The reason these two styles work is that they don't fight with your face or your clothes. Instead, they clear the space for a clean neckline, earrings that show, and a blazer that lays flat, and suddenly it all clicks. And that's the whole point. Rich-looking women at that age aren't busy with trends. Their hair is finished, not fussed over. That's what makes it feel expensive, quiet, clean, and under control. Number 12. Soft leather gloves in a classic shade. There's something elegant about a well-made pair of gloves. Even when they're not worn often, they instantly give a sense of polish and thoughtfulness. And for refined women, it's details like this that say more than a bold pattern or loud accessory ever could. The best gloves don't really show that you want attention. They simply feel luxurious, soft leather, smooth seams, no extra buckles or bulky add-ons. So maybe try to look for shades like deep burgundy, saddle tan, warm brown, or classic black. These colors go with almost every coat and never fall out of place. Unlike chunky mittens or fuzzy synthetics, fine leather has a way of dressing up your whole look, even if the rest is simple. Even outside of winter, gloves come in handy. On early spring mornings or during late autumn dinners on a patio, they're functional and stylish. Worn with a trench coat, wrap coat, or structured jacket, they pull the outfit together in a way that feels considered. They also travel well when rolled neatly in a handbag or kept in a coat pocket, always there when needed. They're especially useful at more formal events. When heading to a theatre performance, or even just a smart dinner out, slipping into a pair of soft gloves feels like finishing a sentence properly. It's neat, elegant, and timeless. And unlike trendy pieces that rotate in and out of style, a good pair of gloves stays with you for years. Over time, the leather molds to your hands, and the feel becomes second nature. Once those finishing touches are in place, all that's left is to find one go-to dress. Something structured enough to flatter, but soft enough to move with you. Looking well-dressed doesn't mean trying to impress others. It means choosing things that help you feel like you've taken care of yourself. With the right pieces in your wardrobe, things that fit, feel nice, and go with many other outfits, you save time, money, and effort. So which of them are you trying on next? Kindly let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and share.